Hey, yeah, Saturday morning, all that jazz, yeah. Another great day in the USA. Time to talk about life. Invest in presence, the power of now. That now time. When is now? Now. Welcome to today's podcast. I'm Dr. Joe Blake, your host of the On Point Podcast. Welcome this morning to a wonderful day. I got some great information to share with you on the presence, the second half of it, the second part of it, investing in your presence, the power of now. Hey, as this wonderful day starts, I just wanted to share a couple of good things that happen in the family here. I have my two youngest grandkids. They uh, got baptized. It was a wonderful moment. You know, when you get your grandkids and they are um, doing some good things, you want to be able to share. So my two youngest ones were able to they were baptized, and so when I see my young ones do their thing, it's just a good chance. And my two youngest ones, well, they're not the youngest one, but the younger ones. They were baptized in Christ. So when you have a chance to have the young ones they get baptized, yeah, you enjoy the chance to see them do their thing. There's Malia there. She has get yeah. It's wonderful to see when the young ones get baptized and see that the joy in their face and oh, and when you see that, it just melts your heart to see them have their time. That's Malia. I'll speed it up a little bit, but that's Malia. Uh, uh, there she is getting a baptism. Yeah, that's my baby. Yeah, and then this is her brother Yazzie, Yazzie Bear. Yeah, I mean that's wonderful. Tell us your full Christian name. What's your first name? Yazzie. Yeah. Is that how you pronounce it? Just your name. All right. Yazion Blake. Yazion Blake. I now baptize you in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. And my Blake right here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. When I have a young Blakes do that thing, man, it's just a wonderful thing and to see that happen. And so have those my granddaughter, my grandson, a couple of the younger ones getting baptized in Georgia. That's a wonderful thing. And then I have my had another grandson, Felix Miscas. He was he graduated from elementary to junior high school, so he'll be going to Goodyear High. And you know, when the end of the year comes and you have all those things, those wonderful things happening. See if I can. Yeah, where did Felix? Yeah, his Felix. And I know that other parents out there seeing wonderful things with their grandchildren too happening. And when that happens, you like to share as well. So you know, hey, that's what grandparents are for. Here comes Felix. Yeah, there he is. That's my philosopher right there. Yeah, there he goes. You see him come to the side right there. There's Felix right there. There's my Felix. Yeah. So, you're proud. You're proud of your grandkids when they get a chance to, get a chance to, you know, do things that make a grandpa proud. They got 9 of them. I got 9. And when that happens, you're excited and happy for your grandkids, and makes you proud. Makes you proud. I got African American, Latino, and Asian grandkids. So that's just how life goes. Yeah, how life goes for me. So anyway, that's being in the present, being in the moment, and seeing how your kids and your grandkids grow in life. So being in the moment, in the approach, that's how your life just goes and you continue. So it makes me proud to be a dad and see my kids grow, my grandkids grow, and it's just a good part of life. So anyway, let's keep going with the presentation here, and we're talking about again investing in the present, the power of now. And here we're talking about earning and investing in the present moment and focusing on your current skills. So sharpening your skills, sharpening your opportunities, being available to learn and focusing on what you can do for yourself and some of the core things that you can grow. So you are not your mind, but most people are conscious that they identify that their thoughts and leading, focusing on engaging in something that's going to be helping you in your future. So investing in your active opportunities and your growth today, what you're doing today makes your future even brighter. So you got to look at what you're doing. You got to look at how you're growing, if you're growing, because what you focus on your skills today makes better for you in the future. So you can't be the same. You can't just sit there and just think what you're doing is gonna magically change if you ain't doing nothing to grow. If you ain't doing nothing to change who you are, you got to do something. You got to read a book. You got to take a class, something to just focus on getting better. Your professional growth today means taking the next step. And when you take a step, the next step gets revealed, and that's how your growth grows. So you got to be able to make informed decisions, and you can't make an informed decision if you don't have another way to make things look better for you. All right. So investing with clarity, informed, based on the present realities. So today AI is coming in, technology is coming in, and some jobs may change. Some things are not the way they were before. So technology is replacing human effort. So if technology is replacing human effort, what do you think the next step would be for the average person? Learn how to program technology, learn how to fix it. So that means you got to change who you are, what you do. Oh, I don't like computers. Well, I don't like that technology is doing it. Well, figure out how to fix technology. Figure out how to program it. That's the next step. Or become a better person, people person, so you interact better with people. It's always a way to overcome what's coming. You just gotta get better. So you gotta have a better approach. Align with what your structure seems to be changing. So you gotta think. Have a better thinking method, better understanding to change it. You can't say, "Oh, this is not fair." What's not fair? Life. And as things start to adjust, you have to adjust. You have to change. Because if you don't change, it ain't gonna happen for you. You got to be better. All right. So the next, quality of growth and time strategy. So three parts to that. High quality business. Invest cash in opportunities or companies that's going to work for you. So you got you're looking at compounding your efforts over time, over decades, built a compound over the time. One of the things that what I knew is that being a firefighter, I knew that was going to be something that's going to be there's a chance for me to get injured. So I said, okay, I got to change. I got to have something that was totally different than firefighting in case I got hurt. I could do. And most folks, and that was the time I actually hated computers. I hated technology. I was like, oh man, I ain't doing that. Mm-mm. But I was like, I needed to do something different in case I couldn't physically do what I needed to do anymore. And I never imagined it. Well, if I got hurt, well, losing hearing was not something I thought was going to happen to me. But it was my hearing. That's like one ear. It ended up being two, but one ear. So I had to learn to do something that I knew that later in the future would work out for me. So I knew I had to value and change into something that I knew later on down the road would work. So I got into learning about finance and that money. Everybody needs to understand about money. So I got into finance, and that you always had to learn about that. That was something that went on. Now technology came in because computers was working on everything. Knowing about technology was something that was there. As a matter of fact, even in the fire department, technology was there. Yeah, they had simulators for working on fires and everything. And I was like, man, I don't need to get on technology about that. But technology is in the fire trucks now. So it's like, no matter where I was going, technology was coming. So technology drives productivity. It disrupts the way we learn. You got to be patient with it too, though. You got to be patient because now that's how fire plans are made. So it's like no matter what you turn here, you turn there. Its presence is everywhere. As much as you try to run from it, it is coming, whether you like it. It was already here, but it's coming whether you like it or not. As a matter of fact, I was at an appointment. It was a VA meeting, VA appointment. But we were all there, and we were talking about how technology has changed the military. It was me, an Army guy, another Air Force guy, and a Navy guy. We're all talking, but how it just changed how we do things in the military. So that technology as a catalyst has just changed things. So you either get with it or you get left. So it's just a part of life. So that quality and growth over time, you have to just roll with it. When I say roll with it, you got to adapt, become a part of it, because it's a long-term horizon, 5 years, 20 years, and you got to be with that competitive edge. Now, war is fought on a doggone with a game controller. Guy sitting there in a room, and they got their paint on, the war paint on, and then drones. Who'd ever thunk that it that? Thunk that just think it, So that's being in the moment. Who would have thought you were sitting using the daggone joystick fighting a war? Yeah, but I'm only talking about that military stuff because I was in the military. So, but being present then and now is what it's about. Now, same thing with finances. Now, this all on the computer. People can sometimes go to the computer and do their finances there. So technology is here to stay. Now, who's to say later in the future what it's going to turn out to be then? Because when you thinking about it, it shows up on your screen in present. So you can't stay the same. You got to be willing to change, willing to transform the way you think and who you are to the next level. Nothing to be afraid of. Just have to evolve. Just have to evolve and be willing to change. Either there's the pain of change and the pain of regret. One or the other. One or the other. Right. So that's just all in life, man. Life. There's chaos and clarity. Presence transform how we think, how we work, How we decide, how we build. You got to focus on the mind where it creates focus wherever life is at. So you got to feel your oneness with being, access through your inner self, and got to sneeze here a second. Your inner self through conscious awareness. You are aware of your surroundings. Shoot. Got to be aware of your surroundings and know when it's time to turn to the left. Know when it's time to turn to the right. Because if you don't, you turn to the left and everybody gone. You left on the planet you left in this area by yourself, right? So you got to be in presence. Ooh, allergies. Excuse me. You got to be aware of your surroundings and where you are. Because you can turn and next thing you know, everybody's gone, everybody left you, and you're all by yourself. You got to accept what is without any resistance. You know, you don't want to change because you like things just the way it is. No, man, you gotta be willing to adjust. Be clear about where you're going, clear about what has changed, and be willing to adjust. Because if you don't, oh man, I can't tell you how I've seen how some people stay the same and expect things to change and stay the way for them, and you get left. But those that change and those that understand that it's different now, they thrive. They just thrive. And when you change and go with the flow, man, that's when things not really go with the flow, but you change and adjust as season change. Like seasons change, right? It's winter, it's summer, spring, and fall. Well, spring is, summer, winter is coming, but you don't want to address winter, man. Then winter come and it's like you're out there 20 degrees. Winter's coming, but no, I don't want the winter to come, man. You don't want winter to come, but winter's coming. You gotta be willing to go adjust, man. Go with it, because if you don't, man, it's just crazy. All right. So, but this is all about investing in the present. You present to the fact that winter's coming. You ain't gonna you're not gonna put a jacket on. Something wrong with you. You're losing your mind. So you gotta get something. You get a clue. Get a clue. All right. Navigating the big cycle with present awareness. So the big cycle: winter, spring, summer, and fall. It's gonna happen. It's just one of those things that's gonna happen. So the daily framework. The different cycles. In my book, Joseph Field and the Financial Legacy, talks about the cycles that are out there. They remind us that history is like a rhyme. That you understand that there's principles, there's debt cycles, there's power shifts, there's monetary cycles, and we recognize that the present moment has greater clarity. There's strategic bets that we have. We know that there's a rise, a peak, a decline, and a reset. Cycles. They're all cycles. There's a rise, there's a peak, decline, and a reset. There's a cycle that's a life cycle that's happening. Life is living in faith eternally. It's a cycle. It's always a cycle. And we have to understand that cycle presents it's one to all investors to adapt changing our world without panic, because we know it's just a cycle. There's nothing surprises us, because we know we have to make a deliberate, strategic choice, and is rooted in how life works, how life is. Because we understand that life is a cycle. There's always a rise, a peak, a decline, and a reset. Rise, peak, decline, and reset. There's no surprises. Nothing that's just gonna come out of nowhere. We know life, and we live in faith eternally. So the big investing cycle rewards us that we're grounded. We're grounded in what we're doing, and it protects us from any downturns, because no downturns is coming. We know that after when we're down, there's always a brighter way. We know when we're up, we're high, we're up in everything. We know that sometimes there's there's stuff that's gonna come, but there's joy in the morning time. We know those things. That's already written. It's already written. We know that we can't be up all the time. Something's gonna come around, but when after that downturn comes, there's always joy in the morning. It's just written. So we know that cycle. So investing in the present is knowing those things are going to come, knowing those things are going to pass, and knowing on the other side is going to be joy for us. But the average person sometimes doesn't realize that life is that way. All right. So you embrace the now with wealthiness and investments. You have to have a mindset. Money is just a tool, but you still have to save it, earn it, invest it, because it's part of that cycle as well. And action. Action means you can't just think it. You got to do it. You got to know it and do it. And those small steps take you from today to tomorrow to the present. And it's a full decision that needs to be made for those things to occur. You have to make a choice, because you can choose things, but you can't choose the consequences. And the consequences are long-lasting and life-changing. So it has to be a mindful effort for you to make those choices. You have to choose. You do have to make a choice, and that choice is made now. And what is now? No opportunity wasted. Can't waste it. You can't sit there and say, did I? No, man, you gotta make that choice. You do it in the now. All right, do it in the now. All right. So let's go ahead and land this plane. All right. So as we move, let's land this plane. Let's remind you, that's $25 to one point. A membership. It helps us maintain all the things we have here. Help us bring more information to you in another way. Also remind you that we have the Joseph Building Financial Legacy book. There's Literacy Legacy, and then Legend, who's writing that book now. Literacy lasts a lifetime. Legend lasts for generation. And Legend, you say your name and you know your story, your financial story for your family, because your family is it. You want them to know who you are, what you've done to help your family continue their legacy for your future. Lastly, we have the Actionable Money app. Actionable Money app has videos, have hindsights for the podcast, newsletter that comes out, and the newsletters have more information about what we do, what we have for the families, and then we also have lesson plans that you can plug into to make more insights about money and finances for your future. So, plane landed. So with that, just want to remind you that I think I'm going to have towards the end of the year I'll have another in-person event where we can come together and share more ideas with one another about finance. We're going to play the game Cash Flow. Just got to get more insights. And my book will be released, the third one, towards the end of the year, maybe around October, November timeframe, right before the holidays, so you can get the insights about Legend for you to create for your family, and that way you have the trilogy. You have the trilogy of legacy, literacy, legacy, and legend. So with that, this is Dr. Joe Blake with the On Point Podcast, where we help you get your financial point across. And we'll see you again next week. Same time, same Matt channel. Have a great day. And we'll see you again.